My name's Mac and I was born and raised here in Canada. So most of what I know about China comes from different Chinatowns that I've visited across North America. But then I think of the Chinese films that I've seen, like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which I have fond memories of watching with my dad when I was little. This rich history and fantasy stories wrapped in so much mystery. It just makes me wonder what China's like today, because I don't really know what to expect, which makes me so excited to go and visit it, but also a little bit nervous.
About 6 months ago, in 2016, I hosted the first Golden Panda Film Industry Forum, and also the red carpet at the event. So because of that, I was invited to join this year's Cultural Immersion Trip.
All right, we're at the airport and it's time to go. Yeah, this is my first time going to China, and Xi'an's gonna be the place that I get to discover what's going on there. So let's get on the plane. Woo! So the thing Xi'an is definitely most famous for is the Terracotta Warriors, which are the guardians of the mausoleum, which is basically the tomb for the emperor of China who unified China, Qin Shi Huang. And the first time that I saw the Terracotta Warriors was in the movie The Mummy, where they were basically zombies who terrorized things. So I think they're going to be a little bit less active in there, but let's go check it out. This is a lot more extravagant than I expected. And there's like 8,000 stone warriors. Most of them have been pieced back together after being burnt, and the amount of slaves and workers that worked on the project is just unbelievable. And the amount of time that would have, and money and effort that would have gone into creating this is insane. The Terracotta Warriors are really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the history of this city. And reminders of that are everywhere, including the city wall that we're standing on, which protected the city when it served as the capital for over 13 dynasties in ancient Chinese civilization.
From the Qin Dynasty, the first dynasty of imperial China, to the Han Dynasty, Xi'an was for more than 1,000 years the center of ancient China.
The Tang Dynasty is considered the golden era of Chinese civilization, and Xi'an, the center of cosmopolitan culture during that time. But back then it wasn't called Xi'an, but Chang'an, and its influence, both economic and cultural, stretched as far as Eastern Asia, Europe, and other parts of the globe. After learning so much about the Tang Dynasty, I really wanted to find elements left over in the city from that period of time. But understandably, a lot of the architectures had to be replaced. There's still a few spots, historic sites in the city, where you can see what it was like to be around in that time, like the Qujiang hot springs and the giant wild goose pagoda. Thanks to modern technology, Xi'an's been able to create pseudo-classical architecture that helps take us back in time, especially to the Tang Dynasty. So right now we're in Tang Paradise, which is pretty spectacular, and it really makes you feel like you're in a whole other world, 1,000 years ago. So I've got to learn about the history of Xi'an, a lot of history, and it's blown me away. But I really want to know more about the people who live here and put a human face on the city, and especially the young people. So that's why we're here at the Xi'an University. And tonight we're going to be going to the Golden Panda International Film Festival. They're going to screen some movies and have a Q&A, which I'm really excited for. But I'm just as excited to talk to some university students here and learn more about the city.
By chatting with the students at Xi'an University, I got a better understanding of China's younger generation. And from them, I got a quick glimpse into the history of Chinese contemporary film. Located in the city of Xi'an, Western Movie Group, formerly known as Xi'an Film Studio, introduced the world to China's iconic director, Zhang Yimou, and actress Gong Li from the late 80s. The group produced numerous classic Chinese films such as The Red Shogun and Zhu Do, and it is among the leading film studios in modern China. Unfortunately, I got the chance to visit the studio during this trip.
Can you guys tell me or give me advice on where to get some good Chinese snacks or food?
Oh, you can go to the Muslim street to get some. You can try it. So the food in there is so delicious. You definitely gonna go there.
Okay, great.
Following their advice, I decided to go check out the Muslim Quarter.
The Muslim Quarter didn't get like this on accident. This used to be the start of the Silk Road, like 2,000 years ago. So that brought tea and silk to Asia, other parts of Asia, and Europe. But it also brought ideas back to China. People from Persia and Arabia came here mostly to study, but they brought their faith with them, the Muslim religion, and that's why we've got this quarter full of delicious food. It's really neat to experience. We tried a bunch of food, and my favorites were definitely the barbecued lamb, which I'm pretty sure is distinct to here in the Muslim Quarter, and also the deep fried banana, because I just love deep fried bananas.
After trying out Xi'an's tasty food and learning about their customs, I wanted more, so I went to a local theater for traditional Chinese Shadowplay.
So this building that we're in right now is famous for its shadow puppetry shows, otherwise known as Shadowplay. And you can find these things all over the world, but here in China, they've been going on for over 2,000 years. And they started in the Han Dynasty. And if you watch them, you can tell that over the 2,000 years, now it's kind of just morphed into modern day filmmaking. And it's pretty cool to watch. So we just finished watching the Shadowplay, which was interesting. I didn't really understand what was going on because it was in Mandarin, but super cool, all the detail that goes into the like the actual figurines. Well, and it looked like a movie, really. It was cool. And then we watched some folk singers, and that stuff was cool. So we've been traveling for a couple days now, and my feet kind of hurt because I brought inappropriate footwear. So I'm gonna buy some shoes. And over the last couple of days, I've noticed that everybody's paying with their phone. Well, I'm over here paying with cash, and everybody's looking at me weird. So I'm gonna try to use WeChat to pay for these shoes, which is gonna be challenging because I don't really know how WeChat works. And I've never paid with my phone besides like inputting credit card numbers and stuff. Here you scan a barcode, and it's kind of crazy and futuristic, especially coming from Latin American countries where they use cash for everything and don't even accept credit cards. So let's go try to buy some shoes using WeChat. Finally found a pair of shoes that are big enough for me and that I like, so we're gonna use WeChat to pay. Yeah. Nice, okay. I assume I press this green button. So yeah, that was way too easy, and if I could pay like that at home, I would probably spend way too much money because it doesn't feel like real money. I feel like I'm just in a video game right now. So, but it's super convenient, and it would be kind of nice if we did this more at home, especially like in the Muslim quarter where you could pay for food and stuff without using cash and stuff. That's pretty awesome. I've been noticing these bikes all around town, and a friend showed us the app that you need to access the bikes. So all of these bikes have a GPS in them, and then you can find them all over town. So we've got this bike right here, and all we need to do is press this button and go scan this barcode. And then this lock, whoa, just unlocks. And then you can use these things for like all day for the equivalent of $1 Canadian. It's one yen for 1 hour, basically. So yeah, let's go.
Before leaving the city, I bought a ticket to try out China's famous high-speed rail.
I can't believe that we're going 300 kilometers an hour. That's insane. It feels like we're going like 2, or maybe like 60. Even you look outside, it doesn't look like we're going that fast, but it's actually insane.
and the train is beautiful, and the train station felt like an airport. But yeah, it was just super easy. And we got on the train and boom, we were gone and going 300 kilometers an hour, which is nuts. I've been on trains in the past and they're nothing like this. They take forever and you go like 60 kilometers an hour and you're like shaking and moving around a lot. Okay, I've been told that there's a trick that if you put a coin up, it'll just stand straight up because we're going so fast. But so let's try it. So the trip's almost over. Can you talk a little bit about what you gained from the experience?
I really responded a lot to the history of the Tang Dynasty, and especially Lady Yang. I think that's a beautiful story, and I would love to tell that story. I think someone should tell that story on the screen. So I feel very inspired.
The fun part that I enjoy the most are like talking to you guys about Chinese culture and introducing you guys to the new world.
I just had the best time. I saw so many parts of this wonderful city. I learned so much about China's amazing history. I had delicious food. I met great people. It was the trip of a lifetime. I'm so excited to come back to China!
Well, that's it. Pretty much ready to get on an airplane, which I'm bummed out about because there's more of China to explore and more of Xi'an to explore even. It's kind of crazy that I came to this city not really knowing what it was, never having heard of it before, and it's so massive and so much history, and I'm very lucky to have learned about it all. But like, getting to know the people here was even better, and even traveling with people from all across China was a really awesome experience to get to hear perspectives from across the country. And I've come away with a feeling that there's a lot of opportunity here. And people are working really hard to make things happen, and they're open to new ideas and to new ways of doing things. I mean, just for traveling here, the food is enough reason to come. I thought I knew what Chinese food was, but I didn't at all. And someone mentioned during this trip that you could spend your whole life trying to taste every Chinese cuisine and never accomplish that goal. So I can't imagine what it's like just to go to another city a couple hours away and get a whole new experience of food. There's definitely more to explore here, and I hope that I get back soon. I need to take another one of those bullet trains because that was amazing. So next time I come back, I want to see some more cities and travel that way. See some nature, see some small towns. But yeah, thanks to the Golden Panda International Film Festival for bringing me here. It was truly amazing, so thank you. Bye guys. 在花径之旁，你尚无嫉妒，无醉了君王。哦，这就是我梦中的西岸，把水绕城，滋润了芬芳，流淌着希望，荡漾着梦想，化作不老传说，写进文章。这就是我梦中的西岸，丝绸之路从这里起航，连接着希望，伸展着梦想，化作不老传说，写进文章。